Welcome to the story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support me.
The sun had barely kissed the horizon when Carl drew his sword, the steel gleaming with the promise of dawn. The morning air was crisp, carrying the scent of dew-soaked earth and the distant aroma of roasting meat from the village hearths. He stood atop the ridge overlooking the valley, muscles taut and eyes scanning the terrain. Today was not just another day of training, it was the day he would prove himself worthy in the eyes of his mentor, Eldrick. The valley below was a patchwork of green fields and dense forests, interspersed with the quaint cottages of their homeland. Villagers bustled about their morning routines, unaware of the brewing unrest that threatened their peace. Rumors of shadowy figures lurking in the woods had circulated for weeks, casting a veil of unease over the otherwise serene landscape. Carl took a deep breath, the cold air filling his lungs and steadying his nerves. He was young, barely in his 20s, yet his reputation as a formidable warrior had already begun to spread. His hands, calloused from countless hours of training, gripped the hilt of his sword with practiced ease. Today, he was not just fighting for recognition, he was fighting for his own sense of purpose. Eldrick approached from behind, his footsteps silent on the rocky ground. The older man carried an aura of calm authority, his presence both reassuring and commanding. His grizzled beard and weathered face told tales of battles fought and lessons learned. Eldrick had been Carl's mentor since he was a boy, guiding him through the intricacies of combat and the complexities of leadership. "Carl," Eldrick greeted, his voice deep and steady. "Are you ready?" Carl nodded, straightening his posture. "I am, Eldrick." "Let's begin." The training ground was set in the heart of the forest, a clearing surrounded by towering oaks and whispering pines. The canopy above filtered the sunlight, casting dappled shadows that danced with the morning breeze. Today's exercise was more than just physical, it was a test of strategy, resilience, and mental fortitude. Eldrick took his position, bow in hand, his eyes never leaving Carl. "Remember, a true warrior fights not just with strength, but with wisdom. Anticipate my moves, adapt, and overcome." The sparring began with a series of exchanges, each blow and parry a lesson in precision and control. Carl moved with a fluid grace, his body responding instinctively to Eldrick's calculated strikes. The older man was a master of deception, his movements unpredictable yet deliberate. As the sun climbed higher, the intensity of their dueling increased. Sweat beaded on Carl's forehead, and his muscles burned with exertion, but he refused to relent. Each clash of their swords echoed through the forest, a testament to their unwavering dedication. After what felt like hours, Eldrick stepped back, lowering his bow. Carl stood panting, his chest heaving, but a triumphant smile spread across his face. "You've improved," Eldrick acknowledged, a rare hint of pride in his eyes. Carl sheathed his sword, wiping his brow. "Thank you. I couldn't have done it without your guidance." Eldrick placed a hand on Carl's shoulder, his grip firm yet gentle. "You've come a long way, my boy. But remember, strength alone won't save you. There's a deeper battle you must face." Carl furrowed his brow, sensing the gravity in Eldrick's words. "What do you mean?" Before Eldrick could respond, a distant cry pierced the tranquility of the forest. The villagers had spotted movement on the outskirts, a dark figure cloaked in shadows, moving with unnatural speed and stealth. Panic began to ripple through the clearing as the reality of the threat became apparent. "We need to move," Eldrick instructed, his tone leaving no room for hesitation. Carl grabbed his sword, adrenaline surging through his veins. "I'll help defend the village." Eldrick nodded, leading the way as they sprinted toward the disturbance. The villagers emerged from their homes, weapons at the ready, eyes wide with fear and uncertainty. The dark figure stood at the center of the village square, an imposing presence that seemed to absorb the light around it. As Carl approached, the figure turned, revealing eyes that glowed with an otherworldly intensity. A chill ran down his spine, an instinctual warning that this was no ordinary foe. The air grew thick with an eerie silence, the usual sounds of the village held in suspended animation. "Who are you?" Eldrick demanded, stepping forward to confront the intruder. The figure's voice was smooth, almost melodic, yet carried an undercurrent of menace. "I am here to test your mettle, to see if you are worthy of your destiny." Carl felt a strange tug at his mind, as if invisible strings were pulling him toward a deeper understanding. "Destiny?" he echoed, confusion and curiosity intertwining within him. Eldrick's eyes narrowed, sensing something unfamiliar. "What do you mean by destiny?" Before the figure could respond, a brilliant light enveloped the square, blinding the villagers and casting elongated shadows that seemed to dance in the periphery of their vision. When the light faded, the figure had vanished, leaving behind an unsettling stillness. Breathing heavily, Carl looked around, his heart pounding. "What just happened?" Eldrick placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "It appears we have a guardian or messenger of sorts. We must remain vigilant." As the villagers began to disperse, murmurs of confusion and fear spreading among them, Carl couldn't shake the feeling that this encounter was the beginning of something much larger. Questions swirled in his mind about destiny, guardians, and the true meaning behind Eldrick's cryptic advice. That night, as the village settled into an uneasy silence, Carl found himself restless. He wandered to the edge of the forest, the moon casting silvery shadows on the ground. The events of the day replayed in his mind, each detail amplifying his sense of uncertainty and intrigue. A soft glow emanated from the heart of the forest, drawing him closer. Hesitantly, he stepped into a small clearing, the light pulsating gently like a heartbeat. There, standing amidst the luminescence, was a figure unlike any he had seen before, a woman draped in flowing robes that shimmered with celestial patterns, her eyes reflecting the depth of the night sky. "Who are you?" Carl asked, his voice barely above a whisper. The woman smiled, a warmth radiating from her presence. "I am Eliana, your destiny guardian." Carl's mind raced, memories of Eldrick's words resurfacing. "Destiny guardian? What does that mean?" Eliana stepped closer, her movements graceful and serene. "Every person has a guardian assigned to guide them toward their true purpose, to awaken their soul and achieve harmony between body, mind, and spirit. Your encounter today was merely the beginning of your journey." Carl felt a mixture of skepticism and awe. "Why me? What am I supposed to do?" Eliana's gaze softened. "You possess a strength beyond the ordinary, but with that strength comes the responsibility to seek deeper understanding. Your path is intertwined with challenges that will test not only your physical prowess but your very essence." He took a step back, trying to process her words. "I don't understand. How am I supposed to find this purpose?" Eliana extended her hand, and a portal of light materialized before them, shimmering with iridescent hues. "You must embark on a journey inward, to explore the depths of your soul. The path will not be easy, but I will guide you through each step." Carl hesitated, the weight of his mentor's earlier words pressing upon him. Eldrick said, "There's a deeper battle I must face. Is this it?" Eliana nodded. "Indeed. Your journey will require you to confront your fears, embrace your vulnerabilities, and ultimately achieve unity within yourself. Only then will you unlock your true potential." Before he could respond, the portal began to fade, the light dimming as the night reclaimed its hold. "I understand," Carl said, determination hardening his voice. "I will do it." Eliana smiled, her form becoming more ethereal. "Remember, you are never alone. Trust in yourself, and the path will reveal itself." With that, she vanished, leaving Carl standing alone in the clearing, the portal now just a faint shimmer in the moonlight. He took a deep breath, the reality of his decision settling in. The journey ahead was uncertain, but for the first time, he felt a flicker of purpose igniting within him. The following morning, Carl sought out Eldrick, finding him sharpening his sword by the hearth. The old warrior looked up, a knowing glint in his eyes. "You've met your guardian, haven't you?" Carl nodded, the memory of Eliana's presence still vivid in his mind. "Yes. She told me I need to embark on a journey to understand my true purpose." Eldrick set aside his sword, his expression contemplative. Aeliana is not to be taken lightly. Her appearance signifies a turning point in your life. Are you prepared for what lies ahead? Carl took a moment, the weight of his decision pressing upon him. I have to be. I feel like there's so much more I need to understand about myself and my place in all of this. Eldrick approached, placing a hand on Carl's shoulder. Good. Your path will be fraught with challenges, but remember the lessons we've practiced. Strength, strategy, and resilience will serve you well. But more importantly, listen to your heart. It will guide you where logic cannot. Carl nodded, feeling a surge of gratitude for his mentor's unwavering support. Thank you, Eldrick. I won't let you down. Eldrick smiled, a rare warmth in his usually stoic demeanor. I know you won't. Now, prepare yourself. Your journey begins at dawn. That night, Carl couldn't sleep. Thoughts of Aeliana and the mysterious portal consumed his mind. He paced his room, the walls adorned with maps and weaponry, a testament to his life as a warrior. His heart yearned for answers, for clarity amidst the chaos of his newfound purpose. As the first light of dawn broke, Carl felt a resolve settling within him. He donned his armor, the familiar weight of comfort against the uncertainty ahead. Eldrick was already waiting at the edge of the forest, a stern yet encouraging presence. Are you ready? Eldrick asked, his eyes meeting Carl's with unspoken understanding. Carl took a deep breath, the morning air invigorating his spirit. Yes, I'm ready. Together, they ventured into the forest, the towering trees forming a natural canopy that filtered the sunlight into golden streams. The path ahead was winding, leading them deeper into the heart of the woods, where shadows played tricks on the mind and the air hummed with unseen energy. As they walked, Eldrick spoke of ancient lore and the role of destiny guardians, his voice a steady rhythm against the backdrop of chirping birds and rustling leaves. Carl listened intently, absorbing every word, every piece of wisdom that could aid him on his quest. Hours passed, the journey stretching into what felt like an eternity. The forest seemed to come alive around them, the flora and fauna reacting to their presence in subtle ways. Suddenly, a dense fog enveloped the path, limiting visibility and heightening the sense of isolation. We're entering the inner realm, Eldrick announced, his tone serious. This place mirrors your subconscious, a landscape shaped by your thoughts, fears, and memories. Stay alert. Carl felt a shiver run down his spine, the air thick with anticipation. How do we navigate it? Eldrick paused, his gaze fixed on the shifting mists ahead. By facing what's within, Carl. The challenges here are manifestations of your inner self. Embrace them, and you'll find the way forward. As they ventured further, the environment began to change. The trees grew taller, their branches intertwining to form intricate patterns overhead. The ground beneath their feet became uneven, the path leading them through a labyrinth of emotional and psychological trials. Without warning, a shadow loomed before them, a towering figure shrouded in darkness. Its presence was oppressive, a tangible embodiment of fear and doubt. Carl felt his heart race, memories of past failures and insecurities resurfacing with each step the shadow took. Face it, Eldrick urged, drawing his bow. Remember your training. Carl raised his sword, muscles tensed for battle. The shadow advanced, its form shifting and contorting, eyes burning with an unspoken challenge. As it reached out, Carl swung his blade with all his might, the steel meeting the darkness in a clash that reverberated through the inner realm. The impact sent shock waves through him, but he held his ground, each strike a testament to his growing resolve. The battle was not just physical, it was a confrontation with his deepest fears, each parry and thrust a step toward self-awareness. Finally, with a decisive blow, Carl shattered the shadow, the darkness dissipating into the ether. He stood panting, the weight of the encounter settling in. Eldrick approached, placing a hand on his shoulder. Well done. But this is only the beginning. They continued their journey, the path now leading them to a serene glade bathed in soft light. At its center stood a tranquil temple, its architecture blending seamlessly with the natural surroundings. The air was filled with a sense of peace and introspection, a stark contrast to the turmoil they had just faced. "This is where your true journey begins," Eldrick declared. "Inside, you'll find challenges that delve deeper into your psyche. Trust in yourself, and you'll uncover the harmony you seek." Carl nodded, stepping toward the temple with a mixture of apprehension and determination. As he crossed the threshold, the door closed behind him, the entrance sealing with a gentle click. He was alone now, his guardian's presence a lingering warmth in his mind. Inside, the temple was a sanctuary of calm. Soft chants echoed through the halls, the sound soothing yet powerful. At the far end, a central chamber awaited, its walls adorned with intricate murals depicting scenes of balance and unity. Aeliana appeared before him, her form radiant in the ambient light. "Welcome, Carl. You have taken the first steps toward understanding yourself. Now, let us delve deeper." Carl approached, feeling a sense of peace wash over him. "What must I do?" Aeliana gestured to the murals. "These images represent the aspects of your being that must come into harmony. Each room within this temple will present you with trials designed to align your body, mind, and spirit." He took a deep breath, the weight of his journey pressing upon him. "I'm ready." Aeliana nodded, her smile reassuring. "Remember, the true strength lies within you. Embrace each challenge, and you will awaken your true potential." As Carl ventured deeper into the temple, the first trial awaited a chamber filled with mirrors, each reflecting a different facet of himself. He gazed into the countless reflections, each one a piece of his identity, some familiar, others distorted by fear and doubt. "Identify the parts of yourself that need healing," Aeliana's voice guided him. "Acceptance is the first step toward unity." Carl took his time, confronting each reflection, acknowledging his strengths and vulnerabilities. With each acceptance, the mirrors began to shimmer, merging into a singular, clear image of himself balanced and whole. Emerging from the chamber, he felt a newfound sense of clarity. The path ahead was still shrouded in mystery, but for the first time, he felt equipped to face whatever lay in wait. Aeliana's presence remained, a beacon of guidance and support as he continued his quest for self-discovery and inner harmony. Carl stood in the serene temple, the weight of his first trial still resonating within him. The mirrors had reflected not just his image but the depths of his soul, revealing both his strengths and vulnerabilities. As he took a moment to center himself, Aeliana's presence lingered, a comforting reminder that he wasn't alone in this quest. With newfound clarity, Carl approached the next chamber. The door, ornate and adorned with symbols of balance, opened silently as he stepped inside. The room was vast, its walls adorned with flowing water patterns and soft, ambient light that created an atmosphere of tranquility. In the center stood a stone pedestal, upon which rested an ancient tome bound in leather, its pages yellowed with age. "Welcome to the Chamber of Knowledge," Aeliana's voice echoed softly. "Here, you will confront the truths you've long ignored and embrace the wisdom you possess." Carl approached the pedestal, his fingers grazing the cover of the tome. As he opened it, the pages began to shimmer, revealing intricate illustrations and writings that seemed to come alive. Images of past warriors, battles fought, and moments of introspection filled the pages, each story intertwining with his own journey. "Every decision you've made, every battle you've fought, has shaped who you are," Aeliana explained. "Understanding your past is crucial to mastering your present and shaping your future." Carl's mind wandered to his childhood, memories of training under Eldrick's watchful eye, the camaraderie with fellow warriors, and the losses that had carved resilience into his spirit. Each memory flickered before him, some joyful, others tinged with sorrow. As he delved deeper into the tome, questions began to surface. What was his true purpose beyond being a warrior? Was there more to his destiny than the battles and the honor he sought? Aeliana approached, her presence gentle yet firm. "Your path is not solely defined by your prowess in battle. It's about finding harmony within yourself and understanding your role in the greater tapestry of existence." Carl nodded, absorbing her words. But how do I find that harmony? How do I reconcile my duty as a warrior with this deeper purpose? By embracing all facets of yourself, Aeliana replied. Strength without compassion, courage without wisdom, these are imbalances that hinder true growth. Your journey is about integrating these elements to achieve unity. As Carl pondered her guidance, the chamber began to shift. The walls dissolved into a vast expanse of starlit sky, the ground beneath his feet transforming into a reflective surface that mirrored the cosmos above. He felt a sense of weightlessness, as if he were floating between the realms of consciousness and reality. Your next trial lies beyond this realm, Aeliana's voice guided him. You must venture into the labyrinth of shadows, where your deepest fears and unspoken doubts reside. Only by confronting them can you move forward. With determination hardening his resolve, Carl stepped into the shifting landscape, the starlit expanse giving way to a dense, fog-covered forest. The air was thick with an eerie stillness, and the path before him seemed to stretch infinitely into the darkness. As he navigated the labyrinthine woods, shadows danced at the edges of his vision, whispering voices that teased at his insecurities. Each step felt heavier than the last, the weight of his doubts pressing upon him. Memories of past failures, moments of hesitation, and the fear of not living up to his potential surfaced, clouding his mind. Suddenly, the fog parted, revealing a clearing bathed in moonlight. At its center stood a solitary figure cloaked in darkness, its presence both menacing and familiar. Carl's heart pounded as he approached, the figure's eyes glinting with a piercing intensity. Who are you? Carl demanded, gripping his sword tightly. The figure stepped forward, its form shifting and contorting, revealing glimpses of Carl's own fears and doubts. I am the embodiment of your insecurities, the shadow that questions your worth and purpose. Carl took a deep breath, steeling himself against the oppressive aura. I refuse to let you define me. The shadow laughed, a hollow sound that echoed through the clearing. You cannot escape me. I am a part of you, and without acknowledging me, you cannot achieve true harmony. Drawing upon the lessons from the Chamber of Knowledge, Carl steadied his mind. Acknowledging my fears doesn't make them stronger. It allows me to understand and overcome them. With that, he lunged forward, engaging the shadow in combat. The battle was intense, each strike representing his struggle against self-doubt and hesitation. The shadow mirrored his movements, a relentless opponent that tested his resolve at every turn. As they clashed, Carl felt a shift within himself. The anger and frustration that fueled his attacks began to wane, replaced by a sense of acceptance and understanding. He realized that the shadow wasn't his enemy but a part of his journey toward self-awareness. With a final, decisive blow, Carl disarmed the shadow, causing it to dissipate into the night air. The clearing brightened, the oppressive fog lifting as a sense of peace settled over him. He stood alone, breathing heavily but feeling a profound sense of accomplishment. Aeliana's voice resonated in his mind. You have faced your fears and embraced your vulnerabilities. This unity is essential for your transformation. Carl nodded, feeling a surge of gratitude. Thank you for guiding me. As he exited the labyrinth, the forest transformed once more, the path leading him back to the temple. The challenges he had faced had not only tested his strength but also unlocked deeper layers of his being, bringing him closer to understanding his true purpose. Inside the temple, Aeliana awaited him, her presence radiant and serene. You have done well, Carl. But your journey is not yet complete. He approached her, the lessons of the Chamber of Knowledge and the Labyrinth of Shadows still fresh in his mind. What lies ahead? Aeliana gestured toward the final chamber, its entrance glowing with an ethereal light. The final trial awaits. Here, you will confront the ultimate challenge, the culmination of your journey toward self-awareness and unity. Carl felt a mix of anticipation and resolve. I'm ready. As he stepped into the final chamber, the environment shifted once more. The room was vast, with pillars of light stretching toward the ceiling, and a central platform that seemed to pulsate with energy. At its center stood a figure, cloaked in celestial light, radiating both power and tranquility. Welcome, Carl, the figure greeted, its voice both familiar and otherworldly. "I am the embodiment of your higher self, the culmination of your journey toward harmony." Carl approached, feeling a deep sense of connection and understanding. "Is this my final trial?" The higher self nodded. "Yes, to achieve true unity, you must integrate all that you have learned and become one with your body, mind, and spirit. This is the essence of your destiny." As Carl stood before his higher self, he felt a surge of energy coursing through him, aligning every aspect of his being. Memories of his training, his battles, his fears, and his triumphs melded together, creating a harmonious balance within him. "You have faced your fears, embraced your vulnerabilities, and understood your purpose," the higher self continued. "Now, you must embody this unity in every aspect of your life." With those final words, the chamber began to illuminate, the pillars of light enveloping Carl in a warm embrace. He felt himself merging with the light, the boundaries between his physical and spiritual selves dissolving into a state of perfect harmony. As the light faded, Carl found himself back in the serene temple, a profound sense of peace and purpose radiating from within him. Aeliana stood beside him, her smile reflecting his inner transformation. "You have achieved harmony, Carl," she said softly. "You are now a true destiny guardian, not just for yourself but for others who seek their own paths to self-awareness and unity." Carl felt a deep sense of fulfillment, his journey culminating in a state of balance he had never before experienced. "What now?" Aeliana's eyes sparkled with wisdom. "With your transformation, you are now ready to guide others on their own journeys. Your destiny is intertwined with the destinies of those around you, fostering a world where body, mind, and spirit coexist in harmony." As she spoke, visions of future endeavors and the impact he would have on his community and beyond filled Carl's mind. He realized that his journey was not just about personal growth but about inspiring and leading others toward their own paths of self-discovery. Eldrick approached, a proud smile on his face. "You've done well, Carl. You've truly become the guardian I always knew you could be." Carl nodded, gratitude swelling within him. "I couldn't have done it without your guidance and the lessons I've learned." Eldrick placed a hand on his shoulder, a gesture of camaraderie and respect. "Now, go forth and fulfill your destiny. Lead with the wisdom and balance you've achieved." With Aeliana by his side and Eldrick's unwavering support, Carl felt ready to embrace the future. The challenges he had faced had not only shaped him into a formidable warrior but also a beacon of harmony and understanding. As he stepped out of the temple, the sun shone brightly, symbolizing the dawn of a new era. The village, once unaware of the internal battles waged within him, now saw Carl in a new light. His presence exuded confidence, peace, and an undeniable sense of purpose. Carl took a moment to look around, the familiar landscapes now imbued with a deeper meaning. The fields, the forests, the village each held a place in his heart and soul, a testament to his journey toward unity. He knew that his role as a destiny guardian extended beyond himself, touching the lives of those he vowed to protect and guide. As he walked through the village, villagers greeted him with newfound respect and admiration. Their interactions were filled with warmth and trust, a reflection of the harmony he had achieved within himself. Carl felt a sense of fulfillment, knowing that his journey had not only transformed him but also positively impacted his community. Eldrick joined him, the two walking side by side toward the village square. "There's much work to be done," Eldrick remarked, his voice tinged with pride. "But I have no doubt you'll handle it with the grace and strength you've shown." Carl smiled, the bond between mentor and copyright stronger than ever. "I'm ready for whatever comes next." As the day progressed, Carl took on new responsibilities, guiding the villagers in both practical matters and fostering a sense of community and understanding. His leadership was marked by empathy and wisdom, traits that had been honed through his transformative journey. In the evenings, Carl often found himself reflecting on his experiences, the lessons from the temple and the challenges of the labyrinth shaping his worldview. He realized that true strength lay not just in physical prowess but in the ability to understand and harmonize the different aspects of oneself. One evening, as the sun set and painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Aeliana appeared once more, her presence a comforting reminder of his journey. "You've done well, Carl. Your path is just beginning," he nodded, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. "Thank you, Aeliana, for everything." Aeliana smiled, her eyes reflecting the starlit sky. "Remember, your journey is ongoing. Continue to seek harmony within yourself and inspire others to do the same." With that, she faded into the twilight, leaving Carl with a sense of peace and purpose. He knew that his role as a destiny guardian was a lifelong commitment, a journey of continuous growth and guidance. As the seasons changed, Carl's influence extended beyond the village. He became a symbol of unity and self-awareness, inspiring neighboring communities to embrace their own paths of harmony. His teachings emphasized the importance of balancing strength with compassion, courage with wisdom, and resilience with empathy. Carl organized gatherings where villagers could share their stories, fostering a culture of mutual support and understanding. These gatherings became a cornerstone of the community, strengthening bonds and creating a network of individuals dedicated to personal and collective growth. One day, a messenger arrived from a distant land, seeking Carl's guidance. A neighboring village was plagued by internal conflicts and a lack of unity, threatening their very existence. Recognizing the importance of spreading harmony beyond his own community, Carl accepted the call to help. With Eldric's blessing and Aeliana's guidance, Carl embarked on a new journey, traveling to distant lands to fulfill his role as a destiny guardian. Each village he visited faced unique challenges, but the principles of harmony and self-awareness remained universal. In each place, Carl implemented the lessons he had learned, adapting them to the specific needs of the community. His presence brought about transformative changes, resolving conflicts, fostering understanding, and building resilient, unified societies. Throughout his travels, Carl encountered others who had also been touched by destiny guardians, each with their own stories of growth and transformation. These encounters enriched his understanding of the interconnectedness of all beings, reinforcing the importance of his mission. One particularly challenging village, nestled in a mountainous region, struggled with distrust and division. Long-standing feuds between families had fractured the community, leaving little hope for reconciliation. Carl knew that restoring harmony here would require patience, empathy, and a deep understanding of the underlying issues. He began by listening to the grievances of each family, creating a safe space for honest dialogue. Through guided discussions and collaborative activities, Carl encouraged the villagers to see beyond their differences and recognize their shared humanity. Slowly but surely, bridges were built, and old wounds began to heal. The villagers learned to communicate openly, embracing forgiveness and understanding. Carl's efforts culminated in a grand celebration, where the community came together in unity, a testament to the transformative power of harmony. As Carl continued his mission, he realized that his journey was not just about guiding others but also about his own continuous growth. Each new challenge reinforced the lessons he had learned, deepening his wisdom and strengthening his resolve. Years passed, and Carl's legacy as a destiny guardian became renowned across the land. Tales of his compassionate leadership and unwavering commitment to harmony spread far and wide, inspiring countless individuals to embark on their own paths of self-discovery and unity. Despite the accolades and recognition, Carl remained humble, always attributing his success to the guidance of Aeliana, the unwavering support of Eldric, and the collective strength of the communities he served. He understood that true harmony was a collaborative effort, a continuous journey of growth and understanding. One evening, as Carl reflected on his life's work under a canopy of stars, Aeliana appeared once more, her presence a comforting and familiar sight. "You fulfilled your destiny, Carl," she said softly. But your journey of guiding others continues. He smiled, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. It's been an honor, Ileana. To see the transformations and the unity within these communities is more rewarding than I ever imagined. Ileana nodded, her eyes shimmering with pride. You've not only discovered your true purpose but have become a beacon of hope and harmony for others. Your journey embodies the essence of what it means to be a destiny guardian. Carl felt a surge of gratitude, knowing that his efforts had made a lasting impact. What now? Ileana's smile was serene. Your mission is ongoing. As long as there are souls seeking harmony and understanding, continue to lead with compassion, and your legacy will endure. With those final words, she faded into the night, leaving Carl with a sense of peace and purpose that transcended time. He knew that as long as he remained true to the principles of unity and self-awareness, his journey would continue to inspire and uplift those around him. As dawn broke, casting a golden hue over the land, Carl looked out over the horizon, envisioning the countless lives he had touched and the communities he had helped to transform. His heart swelled with pride and humility, knowing that his journey had not only shaped him but had also sown the seeds of harmony and understanding in the hearts of many. Carl's story became a legend, a testament to the power of self-discovery and the importance of guiding others toward their own paths of unity. His legacy as a destiny guardian lived on, inspiring generations to seek balance within themselves and foster harmony in the world around them.